Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sports Banner. I'm today's host, Luca. It's just going to be me, and we're going to go into UFC 259. It happened last night, and here's just a little review of it. We're going to look at my predictions and how wrong I was and how I'm feeling about each match. So let's start with the first match on the main card. We'll mainly be talking about the main card tonight. Anyways, the first match was Alexander Rakic defeating Thiago Santos. It was via decision. Judges scored it 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. I predicted Santos to win, but I mean, it was close. I wasn't too familiar with either guy. And Rakic, while watching him, I was like, he's gonna win. It wasn't a blowout. It was pretty close in my opinion, but Rakic definitely deserved the dub. His post match interview was really sweet. He said that the win was for his friend who sadly passed away, so that was good for him. But the overall match to me was just okay. Second match was Islam Makhachev destroyed Drew Dober. It was via submission with a arm triangle choke in the third round. I got this way wrong. I thought Dober had a chance because he can get those early KOs, and if it was in the first round, I thought Dober was going to destroy him, but he didn't get any significant strikes on him, it looked like. And I said out loud, if this goes past the first round, I don't see Dober winning. And it went past the first round. Islam had some great takedowns and just had so much ground control on him, putting all of his body weight on Dober. It just made Dober very, very tired. By the time we got to the third round, Dober pretty much had to submit. It was not great. But major respect to Islam. He looked really, really dominant. I really want to see what he does next. The lightweight division is really exciting, given the fighters in there like Poirier and then McGregor, Michael Chandler, all of them. They're just beasts. So I think Islam's good enough to go against any of them. I wouldn't put him in any kind of fight for like the belt or anything like that. I don't see that happening, but he can make his name here, and maybe eventually he can get up there. Anyways, third match. This was probably the most talked about match and most controversial one. Aljamain Sterling beat the champion Peter Yan by disqualification in round 4 to win the bantamweight belt. So I was pissed. I picked Yan to win, and throughout the whole match, it looked like he was going to win. But no, Yan stopped almost every single takedown that Sterling did. Sterling kept on going for them. He was very bombastic with his moves, really getting himself tired. But I'll give it to Sterling. He was doing everything he could. But Yan's defense was incredible in that match. So where it gets a little dicey, and I don't necessarily understand all the rules, but this is as far as I know. Sterling was on the ground for a second. Not a second, but a few seconds. And he had both of his knees on the ground. And it looked like he was trying to catch his breath a little bit because he was exhausted. And the ref got in the way and said, down. He said the word down. I guess that means, I don't know necessarily what it means. I mean, Sterling was on the ground down. But apparently, if the referee says that and Sterling has both of his knees on the ground, you can't strike him. Or you especially can't hit him with the knee. And that's exactly what Peter, how do you say his name, Yan did. He hit him with the knee straight into Sterling's head. And Sterling looked rocked. Seeing the replay of that knee, rightly so, that knee was disgusting. Very illegal too, so Sterling deserved the win via disqualification. A lot of people on social media was giving Sterling crap, saying he was faking it, all blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. But no, seeing the replays and stuff, I don't think Sterling was faking it all. He even said himself that he didn't want it in this way. I see a rematch coming in the future. I'm hearing word that Peter Yan's team told him to hit him with the knee and that Yan just did what they said. If that's honestly true, if that's what the situation was, then I would have fired every single person on that team because they lost you a belt right there. Anyways, moving on to the fourth match, Amanda Nunes quickly beat Megan Anderson. She used a beautiful triangle armbar. When she applied that, it looked amazing. And she retained the women's featherweight belt. This was in round 1. It was like 2 minutes and a couple seconds. Super quick. And yeah, she's dominant. That's all I have to say on that. Moving on to the main event. Jan Blachowicz, hopefully I pronounced it right there, defeated Israel Adesanya via decision 49-46, 49-45, and 49-45. I think the scoring of that is close to right. Maybe Adesanya deserved one more point. I don't really know. But what I do know, the last two rounds gave Blachowicz all of those points because his ground control was incredible. He hit two major takedowns on Adesanya, and Adesanya could not get out of them because the weight that was on him is so much bigger than Adesanya. Um, and not to take anything away from Adesanya, he looked good. His leg kicks were great. I think he should have done more of them. His punches that he landed on Jan's face were good, but they weren't good enough. And the punches that Blachowicz landed, or Blachowicz, how do you say it? I think it's Blachowicz. What he landed were a lot stronger, meaner, and wore Adesanya out. So it's sort of interesting to see because Blachowicz was like rumored, or not rumored, but predicted to use takedowns in the first couple of rounds, but he instead waited to just tear Adesanya down bit by bit and use it when he gets tired, and that was the proper way to win right there. It was deserved in my opinion. I think Blachowicz had the better performance that night. And for Adesanya, it's a good opponent to lose your streak to. Obviously, that undefeated run in MMA is something you want to keep. And as someone as good as Adesanya, a lot of people thought he would keep it, but he could have lost to a worse guy. Imagine him losing his streak to like Paulo Costa. Like, it's fine in my opinion. Or Paulo Costa, sorry. What will Adesanya do next? I have no idea. I think he'll go back to middleweight and just dominate there for a few more months. Then he might do something else again. If he should have had another light heavyweight fight before he went for the belt, because I think that would have prepared him better, and he probably would have won that match. But Blachowicz is the champion for a reason. He's that good. And hopefully there's a lot of success for both fighters in the future. Anyways, moving on to my pure opinions. Oh, I forgot to mention the past the past two fights, I had Amanda Nunes winning, so I was right in there, and I had Blachowicz winning, so I was right there. Let's go. I was 2-3 with my predictions. Anyways, fight of the night was actually on the pre-card. I know I didn't really talk about the pre-card at all, but it was really, really good. It was Kyler Phillips versus Song Yadong. It was really competitive, went all three rounds, and Phillips won via decision. I think it was very, very close. It could go either way. Phillips looked a little better near the end, I believe. And yeah, I thought it was a fun, really nice, exciting match, and probably my favorite of the night. Performance tonight was, I don't know. I didn't watch the early pre-cards. I watched just the normal pre-card and then the main card. But for performance of the night, I would probably just give it to Amanda Nunes. She just went in there and destroyed, and that's who I see. That's a good performance to me. I think Islam should be in the conversation for that too. He was very, very good. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Leave y'all's thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, this has been Sports Banner. I'll see you later.